What do you think made them want to come to the U.S.?
I mean, you can see the example where we live. That alone. I mean, we got one utility closet. You got one kid. You got two adults. You got water leaking in. They working, but it ain't working. My dad, he came first, and I think at that time, it was pre 9/11, so TSA and border security wasn't that heavy. So I actually think my dad came on multiple flights. I think he used somebody's social security or something. But I think at one time they separated me from my mom. I don't remember being separated, but I remember she told me about that. I mean, Trump's just using that as an excuse, bro. Like, it don't matter if Trump kills all the cartels. Like, people still addicted.
Yeah, somebody's gonna fulfill it.
Yeah, like maybe he wants the pharmacy pills to get used instead of fentanyl, or it's just something that, like, what are you gonna do for your people? You cut the supply off, you just gonna let them die, or are you gonna take them into rehab and take care of them, put them through some mental health, fucking, The addiction is crazy, bro. It ain't just somebody that likes to get high. They're getting high because they're trying to fill a void that they got, And
Right.
once you take that away from them, shit, number one is the withdrawals, physical withdrawals, fucking crazy.
Right.
And then number two is gonna be the mental.
It's like, even if you remove the drugs, is it gonna fix the problem?
Yeah, it's not.
It don't. Welcome everybody. This is the Highlight Podcast. I'm your host, Ron Carson. I'm here today with my homeboy Hefe. I wanted him to come on the show today to talk about some of the local issues, national issues that's going on with the ICE raids and the Trump administration and things that's just, immigrants are going through right now. And I wanted him to kind of give y'all his perspective. I want to kind of introduce him, but I'm going to let him introduce himself because I really want y'all to get an understanding of like where he's from and how he kind of views these things. So introduce yourself without introducing yourself.
My name's. I've been here since I was 3 years old, and I'm basically from here, but not from here. And I mean, we went back to Mexico once back in like 2005 for 2 years, cause my dad, he built a house.
Well, real quick, let's go back before you even got here, bro.
Okay.
Tell me about your parents and where they grew up.
Well, my mom's from Michoacan, my dad's from Puebla. They met in Mexico City because they went to the city to make some paper. They got married, and I popped up. When I was in Mexico, when I was a little baby, I was brought up in somebody's roof. We were living like in a small one room, like think of it like a utility closet type of vibe. And the roof, we'd had leaks everywhere. And, as soon as we woke up, we'd have to pick up the bed so we could make space. And, I mean, that's what the situation was before we came to the United States.
It was like just the three of y'all?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just living, we had to cross a plank to get to that part of the roof. And small little room, bro.
True. What was the environment like? Like, what'd you have to deal with as far as just like the community side of it?
Most of the time, I mean, it was Mexico City, so it's populated. There's a lot of stuff going on. But most of the time, I'd be with my mom because she used to sell food out there in the street, and she'd have me right there with her. And my dad, I actually don't know what he was doing at that time. I know everything he's been doing after that, but I never thought about it to ask him what he was doing for work. I just remember being with my mom, and she would sell food while she was selling food.
Right. So tell me, What do you think made them want to come to the U.S.?
I mean, you can see the example where we live. That alone. I mean, we got, you know, one utility closet. You got one kid. You got two adults. You got water leaking in. They working, but it ain't working, you know?
Right.
So, need to survive, the wanting to survive and do something better. I mean, I'm a father now, so what I imagine is I want to give my son a better life. I think that's what they were thinking. I don't want them to grow up and go through this bullshit that I got going on.
Right. What was it like as far as them coming to America with you?
So my dad, he came first, and I think at that time, you know, it was pre 9/11, so TSA and border security wasn't that heavy. So I actually think my dad came on multiple flights. I think he used somebody's social security or something, maybe, or paperwork or ID or something. I think that's how he came. He came through flights, and but he also went through a tunnel one time. I remember he told me that he got robbed and they basically stripped him and beat him up. And when we came, I came with my mom, and I think we came through train. I mean, yeah, we definitely were on a train, but I don't remember the whole, you know, I got bits and pieces. I mean, I was 3 years old. I can't, you know, remember everything about that situation, but we did go on through a train, and I remember I used to like Barney a lot, and my mom would tell me, like, when they wanted me to wake up, they'd be like, "Oh, look, Barney's here, and I'd fucking wake up and just fucking look for him and shit.
It's finesse.
Yeah. But I think at one time they separated me from my mom because I think I was crying too much or something like that, but they did separate us for a while. I don't remember being separated, but I remember she told me about that.
Right. So you guys get here, and what's that like as far as just growing up here in the States versus back home, and kind of how you grew up? Like, what were those early years like?
I mean, I came through. I remember we got dropped off by a bus, and we came to the neighborhood that.
Where'd y'all move when y'all crossed over? Where'd y'all go to first?
Right here, Athens, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any reason?
I don't know. Family, I guess.
True.
Yeah, we had an uncle that was already living here, but yeah, we just came to Athens, Georgia. I don't know why. Should gone somewhere better. Nah, I love Athens, man.
Facts. When where'd you go to school here? Since that's where you guys first came.
Chase Street Elementary.
Oh, okay.
It ain't Chase Street no more.
Yeah.
I think they changed it.
Yeah,
that's before that I went to like some little preschool or something like that, but then I went to Chase Street.
Right. So like when kids ask you like where you're from, did you like?
Well, I had to learn English first, you know. I don't remember too much. I remember like I had to tell my parents like, hey, I know how to say vibura, which is snake, in English, but then I would just say a different way of saying snake in Spanish. So I didn't really know English. I just,
finessing.
I don't know.
So like, yeah, I'm curious. Like, how did you like make that transition? Because I know people gonna ask you where you from, then they gonna want to talk to you and hear you. So like, what, watching shows? Like, what helped you learn English for?
I think just the fact that I came at a young age, and really at school. I mean, I caught on pretty quick, I guess. I couldn't tell you really when exactly I learned English, but like I said, I was 3 years old, bro. Some 3-year-olds barely learn how to talk at that age. You know, they could talk, but they're not fully developed.
Right.
So I think I just caught on going to school every day.
Facts. Did you ever have a moment where like, how can I put it? Like you getting older, you're in your teens, you know, and like maybe like your teacher or a police officer, like what was that discussion like with your parents telling you kind of like how you had to watch out for your environment?
With my parents, they really didn't tell me nothing about that because they were working all the time. Like I I grew up with my parents, but not really, because they weren't ever around. I love them, and they did what they had to do to provide. But back then, it wasn't like it is now. It wasn't like where you from, like where your documents or none of that. I ain't never had no type of problems like that up until now, since Trump's first term, really.
What do you think about Trump?
I mean, shit. Honestly, I think Trump, smart guy. He's a business guy. He knows money. He knows business. He does have failed businesses, but nonetheless, he's a business guy. Although he started off with $1 million loan, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who couldn't come up off $1 million? But you'd be surprised. Some people will burn through that money and not come up. But it's very hard to fail. I think he's more TV inclined, trying to give the people a good show. And I think that's where his downfall is, again, because this is the real world. And, all the talks he has about, invading Greenland and trying to get into Mexico. Like, it sounds good and shit, but, like, you can't do that. This not a stage. This is, real life. People's lives are at stake. And, you fuck around and start a World War III, man.
Right.
Just trying to look good, but you don't look good, man.
Right. Would you have voted for him? Would you have voted for him the first time or the second time?
If I could vote, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have voted at all. I just don't, because in my eyes, I feel like it's already played out. That's just my opinion, but I feel like the American vote doesn't really count the people's vote, because don't they go based off like the electoral vote?
College
electoral votes, yeah. So I feel like ain't no point,
right?
And I feel like, honestly,
between him and Kamala,
honestly, shit, I probably would have gone with Trump.
True.
And aside from the immigration stuff, it looks bad, it sounds bad. I'm not with him. I don't support him, but I don't know. I just, the way, and it's not me like trying to be racist against black people or anything. I just didn't like how Kamala, like, how she talked. It just didn't sound like, Obama was better. If we talk about race, I feel like Obama was doing a better job. But I also did hear that I think Obama's administration deported a lot of Mexicans, Hispanics.
Yeah, they do.
Like, but he didn't sound like that though.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
put on a show.
Yeah, he didn't put that show on, and it's like, damn. When I heard that he deported more people than I think Trump's first
and
term,
Joe,
yeah, I was like, damn, really? Like, that threw me off,
And it's funny, like back then, you didn't see as much as you see online today.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't see none of that, bro. So it's like, when did he do that? Like, it just doesn't add up. But
right.
If it's facts, it's facts.
Yeah, we see everything that's going on online. And have you like had any of those kind of run-ins recently that's like put your immigration status at risk?
Shit, I've been pulled over 3 times in the past year, 2025, and I've gone to jail each time. And I think just speaking English and claiming to be a U.S. citizen is what got me out of not getting deported, if I'm being honest. That's happened.
Mm.
I have court soon. I don't know when, which is weird because you're supposed to get told when your court date is.
When you're arrested.
Yeah. And so that kind of worries me, because, like, why didn't you give me a court date? That's a little weird, but, we'll see what happens.
Your kids, they're growing up here now.
Yeah.
You're a father now. What is that conversation like? Because, I remember when you first had your kids. Now your kids are, they're getting up there. So it's like, what are those conversations you think you're going to have with them they don't have to worry about it, I assume.
About what, getting deported? Or about what?
As far as like you not preparing them for, what they're going to have to deal with.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to tell them. I just, you know, they don't need to worry about that shit. If it happens, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I mean, number one, they could go visit me, you know. But number two would be try to come back over here, one way or another. But I'm not abandoning my kids for any reason. You know, I love them. I'd do anything for them.
Right. You know, when you're gonna be looking back on this time, what would you tell your kids, like, just about how all this kind of changed, you know, immigration in America?
I mean, I'm just gonna tell them the truth, you know. Oh, shit.
Angle it down. So I'm sorry. Sorry. Here you go. All right.
I mean, you know, we got a guy who thinks he runs the world because he's president. You know, you're supposed to work for the American people when you're president. You're supposed to look out for them first. And I mean, that's what he claims he does, but he's not doing that. You know, it's looking out for all the people in America, not just for his people.
Right.
And I mean, what happened? People came looking for us, and some got deported, some got killed, some got hurt, some got put in little concentration camps. I mean, just tell them the truth. I mean, I can show them, you know. We're at this point in time where you can actually, I'm pretty sure, digital footmark will be able to be seen so many situations that they can see if they want to see.
Right.
You know?
And going back to him and, you know, profiting his friends, what you think about the whole Venezuela thing, you know, and his views on cartels?
I mean, Venezuela ain't even a big cartel, you know. Colombia supplies coke. They don't supply no fentanyl. Venezuela doesn't do that. I mean, you might have small, tiny cartels. Why are you going after him? You know what I'm saying? They already have hyperinflation. They got oil. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, you know, I heard that the Venezuela president or government was trying to get out of the
Petro.
Well, no, they were so there's this like one bank where all the money, like, I'm not studying enough in the subject to tell you about it.
I think I know what you're referencing though. It's like a bank that they money would
It's like
go
a
through.
World Bank, yeah.
Yeah.
And they paid them off so they didn't have to be involved. And as soon as that happened, and I think like I forgot what country, but they had like 22 million or billion amount of gold, and there it was being held it from them, and they recently won that lawsuit to get their gold back, and like within 24 hours is when that shit happened, when the president got took. So,
Bro, yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, shit.
No, it's crazy.
Is it that, or, you know, is it money wise? I mean, also I think they joined BRICS, and they were using the yen, or
yeah.
So it's a lot more than meets the eye. Oil is, you know, what you think, but also, you know, think of that, like how they were trying to be independent with money. Like they had 22 million in gold, billion in gold, whatever the number is, and they got it confiscated.
Right.
And they got it back, and then they got the president confiscated. You know, I don't know too much. You know, also the Venezuelan people look happy, so I mean, I might be wrong.
I was about to say, yeah, there are two sides to that, and I mean, a lot of these issues is always two different sides. For work, how is like just your immigration status affected that like the things that you get to do to provide for your family?
I have to find a job like everybody else, but I cannot apply to any job. So just think about finding a job without being able to apply. You know,
I've always known you to be creative.
So. I've gone literally to Home Depot, and I like, so here in Athens, people go to Home Depot and they stand in a certain area and wait for people to, like contractors, to come ask them if they need help or no, ask them if they want a job to hire them. I've actually gone into Home Depot and just seen who's getting the most material and asking them, "Hey, what's up? You need a worker? I can work. Whatever it is that you need to do, I'll do it." And it's worked. It doesn't happen on the first try, but it's worked. Talking to people, trying to figure out, people that asking them, do they know anybody? Going to job sites that are in active construction, asking them. Like, just putting yourself out there, because ain't nobody going to ask you, hey, do you want to work with us? You got to go out there and get it, especially if you can't apply.
Right.
And, I got kids, man, so I can't have that. I can't be out here like that. Oh, another way is Facebook, going on Marketplace. Sometimes people say they need certain people.
If you were to get deported and go back to Mexico, what do you think that life would be like for you?
Shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Sometimes I want to go to Mexico. Sometimes I just want to go and say. The only thing that's keeping me here are my kids. The dollar's devaluating. Everybody needs to go put their money into assets. Gold is breaking new highs. It's at 4,600 an ounce. Since I think in 2024 it was at 2,000 and something, 2,200. So
yeah,
just imagine if you put
quadrupled.
Yeah. So gold, silver, precious metals, Bitcoin, those things are going up in value, but the dollar's going down. So that's part of the reason why sometimes I just want to say, I'm done. The American dream ain't like it used to be. Back then I remember growing up thinking like I'd hear a lot, and I had this understanding that if you made $10 an hour, you're making money. Like, now you're making $10 an hour, you're not surviving, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when rent was like $500 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, same.
And it's not that, it ain't that no more.
It's crazy now.
So, reasons like that, I kind of want to go back. But what would I do if I got deported?
Just drop you in Mexico City right now.
If coming back wasn't an option, like crossing illegally wasn't an option, I would go look for a job and use what I know, which is English and Spanish. Maybe go to tourist places that receives, tourism. Maybe go to call centers, anything that I can use my skills to put it into use. Also, I went to school here, and I had architecture classes. I had an architecture apprenticeship. I just didn't go to college because, I was not from here. They wanted me to pay 4 times in-state tuition.
Right.
At that time, they didn't have programs. They didn't have scholarships for my people. So maybe I'd use that. I know how to run CNC machines. I know how to, use the lathe to actually like make metals or like make metal pieces, cut metal. I know construction. I know just about anything in construction, framing, brakes, sheetrock, electrical. I know a little bit of plumbing. I know a lot of things that has to do with the home. But in Mexico, they make homes off of bricks, blocks, cement blocks. So
it's different.
It might be, there might be a little learning curve. But I honestly wouldn't want to use that because it's.
But basically, going back, you wouldn't worry. You feel like you would have a stable transition, or do you feel?
I don't know, bro. I mean, I wouldn't have to worry about a home. I'd have a roof over my head. I know that. I got tons of family. My grandma had 15 kids, and then the other one had 14.
Gotcha.
So I got family I haven't even met.
It's always a fun reunion when you meet family you haven't met.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. A lot of them
Some
fucked my parents over. So,
facts.
you
Feel it.
know,
Feel
I'd be worried about it. You know, I still try to take information from them and act naive, like I don't know what they've done. But you know, uh, try to take advantage of what they know. They know the territory. They know how things roll around. So basically, getting as much information from them. Hop on the internet. Try to get as much information on there to find a good job. And you know, just thug it out, man. Just you know,
because Trump swear that it's nothing down there. You're not going to.
man. What Mexico City's so beautiful, bro. Shit, Mexico, man, it's fucking beautiful, dog.
Right.
The fucking the nature scenes in Mexico, man. We got deserts, we got water, we got man, we got almost every climate region out there. And you know, people might say, you know, oh, if it's so great, why don't you go back? And it's like, I want to go back, bro. It's just back in, I don't know if it was the 80s or 90s, but the administration that was running the country, they screwed everybody. They screwed everybody.
Mm.
And there's a lot of greed in the politics, and it's more gimme than help the people. Right now we have a great president that I feel like she's doing a lot for the people, and you know, Mexico ain't what it used to be. The cartels are still active, but you know, you just don't fuck with them,
Right.
and you know, it's just, you know, a little bit of luck in there too. But, you know, I mean, a lot of my family has lived in Mexico their whole life. You know, they're not rich, but, I mean, they're not dead either. They're not, you know, they're not middle class either, but, you know, there's, you know, you can survive. Also, like I told you before about my trading, I'd continue that. And once I'd be successful in that, I'd be able to make dollars in any part of the world.
Right.
Or it don't have to be dollars. It could be Bitcoin. It could be whatever currency I want. So,
boy, know how to. I mean, I see your posts, and you definitely stay looking at the options.
Yeah,
and the charts.
I got to, bro. That's really my goal is to be able to do that full time before I get deported.
Mm.
And if I get deported, shit. So what?
Right. Tell me about the Athens, Latino community.
Well, there ain't too much community. It's more of like who you know, like Mexicans. They're not, especially here. Sometimes we don't get along so good, and we're at each other, kind of. You know, sometimes like there's a saying, you know, the Mexicans are worse enemies than other Mexicans. Why? I don't know.
They say that over here too. Crabs in the bucket.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, naturally, we're not like that. It's just the mindset people get into coming here, I think. Because in Mexico, people aren't like that.
Right.
You know, I mean, you get all kinds of people everywhere, you know, but for overall, Mexico over there, people will give you their last. I mean, in Mexico, you don't have people asking for money. You have people putting on a show in traffic. And
right.
Then if you want to give them money, you know,
right.
they're actually doing something. They'll come out there and clean your windows and your front windshield.
More servitude.
Yeah.
Caring about your neighbor.
Yeah. And they'll do that, like homeless people will do that to make money.
Right.
Instead of just having a sign and saying, hey, give me money, give me money.
Right.
But yeah, the culture here is not, I mean,
like, where do y'all go to, you know, party or?
I mean, there's certain like places that'll, like clubs that people rent when people have like a quinceañera, which is like a 15 when a girl turns 15. There's certain places people go, and you know we.
What about food wise? Where you going to eat? Where's the most authentic? Put us on.
Here, I mean, tacos, Los Plebes. They got some good ass tacos.
That's like a stamp.
Yeah, if my mom was selling food, I'd say her, but she ain't selling food no more, man. She used to have lines of people in the apartments. You know, she never had a real stand, but she used to have that place crowded to the point where people would leave because there's so much of a line.
Wait.
Yeah. I like that Los Plebes and Calientitos is good, but that's more Peruvian, but
Yeah.
it's still Latin.
Right. I like El Bajo. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
El Bajo.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it.
Over on Hawthorne.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I haven't tried it.
Best quesadilla, at least in my opinion. I don't think Los Plebes has quesadilla.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but
man, you need to try some tacos de lengua, bro.
Where that at?
You can try them at Los Plebes.
Oh, okay, bet. Taco de what?
De lengua.
De lengua. Say no more.
You know what that is?
Nah.
It's tongue. It's good as fuck, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna cap you though. When
I promise you.
My folks from the island, they they'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
You need to try it.
Definitely take it to them. All right, for sure.
I didn't even want to tell you what it was. Nah. I know you're here.
Before you dip, I think you had said something last time. We had a conversation. We was talking about why would Latinos vote for Trump? Because that was what they were saying won him the election. And it's like he turned around and he does everything he's doing now.
Yeah, well, see, that goes back to what I was telling you about a Mexican's worst enemy is another Mexican, bro. Latinos that voted for Trump, bro, like, I know I said I would have voted for him, but only if he wasn't talking about the deportation shit, like, if you take everything else out. But, I mean, what he's done, nah, it ain't good at all. Like, all this stuff he's doing, it ain't good. But them Latinos, like, there's people that called immigration on their own family members.
Wow.
And it's just fucking crazy. It's just sad. It's sick. There's no words for it. They think they can be a white person. They think if I do this, they'll accept me. They think they can be them. They think just because they have a fucking green card, just because they became a citizen, that they are no longer brown. And it's fucking crazy, and it's a lot of them, not all of them, and not the majority of them, but there are out there. All right, so what I was saying is, I think it's time for us to see each other as humans, and instead of focusing on race, instead of getting divided, instead of fighting each other, it's kind of like the Bug's Life movie, when the grasshopper
and the
ant, and the guy was like, dude, it's just puny ant, and the guy is like, something along the lines of basically them being more than them. And if they figure out that we're more than they are, even if they're more powerful, we can take them. And that's part of the reason why they want to divide us. Just because if we're not all on the same page, they ain't got nothing to worry about.
Slim pickings.
Yep. So we need to unite. I mean, it's we the people of the United States, right? We the people. We're their bosses. We're the police officer bosses. We're the Congress people's bosses. We're the president's boss. But if we're not being heard, if we're not uniting and getting on the same page, we can't make them our bosses. They can do whatever they want. And, I mean, I say it like I'm an American, but I'm not. I don't have any power like that. But y'all do. And y'all need to do it because pretty soon, all kinds of stuff can happen, man. Bro, I heard this Mexican guy, and this happened in Mexico. The rich people, you know what they're doing?
What?
They're hunting for all types of cactuses. Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking, too. Why?
Yeah.
Bro, if nukes come down, the only thing that's going to survive that climate are going to be cactuses.
Wow.
And you can eat cactus.
You're right. And it holds water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulls water straight out of thin air. Yeah.
He said there won't be fruits, there won't be trees, there won't be nothing growing for I don't know how many years.
Yeah, I think they said it takes like 100 years for nuclear radiation to actually like if you look at Chernobyl,
yeah,
they had their situation, and I think now that they're saying, oh, it's it's safe to go back there now, and I think people are still like, nah, give it another 25 years.
Yeah, hell yeah. I wasn't interested.
You grow a third arm or something.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's crazy that the people in power are buying cactuses. They're buying them up.
Right. Well, we'll have to see what goes on, man. We'll bring you back for more.
All right, send them more.
All right, fam. Appreciate it.